Free to Succeed, Season 2, Raid Shadow Legends. New setup, second edition. We rearranged the office again. We got the wall foamed for the most part. We still got more work to do, but we're in a good enough spot right now, I think, to stop and do some summons. And after looking at the options for the progressive event, I think today is the day that I want to summon. I think these are the options that are most interesting to me. So we'll go through and take a look at the legendaries and make a decision officially on which one we want to add to the slot, and then we'll do our summons. We need to summon 11 sacreds, to get the epic from the summon rush, and we have to get the epic. So we're popping 11 sacreds at least. We'll see how we feel after 11. I'm hoping it's a good night. We'll see how it goes, man. I don't reckon I'm going to touch any of the other shards. That's a dope lineup. These two are great. But if I can help it, I don't summon on progressive chance just for the hell of it. So we don't need to, so I'm not going to. Again, a little bit of a shame. I was hoping there'd be something a little more interesting going on than just a progressive chance, because it's really a non-event, as we've talked about several times in the past. But again, it is what it is. I'm working on this. We'll get through it. It just takes a while, and then I'm going to be sitting here for a little while, so it really doesn't matter how fast we get through that anyway. We're trying to get on top of Arena. Maybe I will pull someone tonight that will expedite the process for us a little bit. We should have room. Yeah, we've got plenty of room. So let's go through and look at the options for the legendaries, and we'll see what we feel like doing. By the way, we're doing a Kraken, spiced rum, and Coke. Just your classic rum and Coke tonight. All right, if I had a little lime, I'd probably put a little lime in it, but I don't think we have any lime, so is what it is. Now, I looked at this dude. Georgia also popped her shards. She had a sacred. I think she did a sacred, an ancient, and a void. So we briefly looked, but I want to look at him a little bit more in depth as he applies to my account. So attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a chance to place in a freeze. If the target has 50% HP or less, this debuff could not be resisted. That's pretty interesting. Attack buff on all allies. Chance to place Veil on all allies except himself. Then fills turn meters of all allies by 15%. That gets down to a 4 turn. Interesting. I expected that to go down to a 3 turn, but it doesn't. It goes down to a 4 turn. Revives all dead allies with 40% HP and 25% turn meter. Places accuracy and defense buff on all allies for 3 turns. These debuffs will be placed even if no allies were revived. If no allies were revived, it grants an extra turn. That gets down to a 4 turn as well. That's pretty good, especially since if he doesn't revive anybody, he gets an extra turn. That means even on auto, he's never too far off from a big revive. So that's pretty good. Allies under Perfect Veil placed by this champ deal 10% more damage. Allies under Perfect Veil buff placed with this champion deal an additional 10% damage to enemies under Veil or Perfect Veil. And then a 19% speed lead for all battles. He's dope for sure. He is dope. We know what Sun Wukong does. Get out of there. What do you do? I've heard people like you a lot. What do you do? I don't know much about you. 3-hitter with turn meter. AoE leech. Heals himself based on leech's place. That's a 3 turn on books. Speed and accuracy on all allies before attacking all enemies on a 3 turn. Each increased speed buff placed by this champion increases his speed by 5. It stacks up to 100. He's cool, but I don't think he's going to win out. I'm very familiar with Mortu Macabre. I am a big fan of Mortu Macabre. He is more than likely the option tonight. We have to give it some thought, though. Let's look at her, though. Kaja. Attacks one enemy. Heals this champion by 10% of their max HP. If any Timets are on the same team, heals all of them by the same amount. Revives, this is her A2, interesting. Revives all dead allies with 50% HP and 50% turn meter, then places a crit rate and crit damage buff on them for 2 turns. We don't have Timid, so I don't care about the rest of that. Fills turn meter of all allies by 20%. Also removes 2 random debuffs from each ally. Then places a block debuffs on all allies for 1 turn. That's on a 3 turn. That's on a 4 turn. All turn meter reduction effects are decreased by 50% when used against this champion. And then she's got an all battle speed lead. She is interesting. She is definitely interesting. However, I think it really comes down to Mortu Macabre and the Sylvan Watcher's Reviver guy. He's a really solid support. I've got really solid support. I guess I don't have really... I do now, actually. I have Elva. I was going to say I don't have really solid revivers, but I do. I just got Elva. And she... It's single target, but it's on 3 turns. I just feel like I'm going to use Elva. I feel like anywhere I'd use him, I'd use Elva. And even Faction Wars, they're the same faction. I think I'm going to go more to Macabre on this one. I just am such a fan. And I was such a fan long before he was popular. And I want that well-known. I want that well-known, damn it. I was a big fan long before he was real popular. Now, we've got Deacon... Lockwayne. I think I have him too. I think I have Lockwayne already. So this might be an easy choice. I do have Lockwayne. I think I have more than one, actually. He might be in Faction Guardians. You can do stuff when I click it. You don't have to wait. I won't mind if you just do it straight away. No, I don't have to? Okay. All right, either way, I think our options are going to be more to Macabre and Doom Priest, just because I don't think I have a Doom Priest yet. Do I? I guess it doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't really matter who I choose as the epic. I don't need any of them. Okay. So those are our choices. 11 Sacreds. 11 Sacreds. I'm so aggravated that I have to pop these shards outside of a 2x. I feel like this would go so much better for us during a 2x. But we want to do this fusion, so we don't really have a choice. So, without further ado, I reckon let's get down to it. Well, that's an interesting screen. Weird. It was black in OBS, but it looked different on my actual raid screen. Bonekeeper, don't care about. Lady Quillen, don't care about. Maybe part of a fusion? Maybe part of the Mikage fusion? Steel Skull, I would have been stoked about that a couple years ago. I used to love me some Steel Skull, dude. Mausoleum Mage. Who have we pulled that's new? Just up to this point. Lady Quillen was new. Steel Skull was new. Bonekeeper was new. Was Mage new? No, I had Mage. I'm just backing out a little bit to let that cool down for a second. Just hit him with a little bit of a fake out. Give me one legendary tonight. I'm popping 11 Sacreds. Why are they struggling so bad? Pop my damn shards, dude. You better be charging up a Lego. Cool. Not responding. This is great. Indalia. Don't know much about her. Dude, why is this game struggling so bad? Uncharacteristic, I have to say. The game, for all its other faults, runs well. Well, there's our progressive epic. Can your boy get a Lego? Out of 11 Sacreds, I just want to say, that's a good pull. I've gone 4 in a row on an account before, on stream, on someone else's account. I've done 3 in a row several times, and I've gone back to back more times than I've lost count how many times I've gone back to back on other people's accounts with less shards than I'm popping right here. Are you about to let me go 11 and like 0 for 11? You better give me some gold, dude. If I don't get a legendary, I'm going to officially say I think my account's cursed. I know we just had a good session, but I think at some point it's like inevitable. You've just got to pull gold. As far as like, there it is. All right, we were, okay, all right. Well, look, I mean, I guess I can't be too mad. I do like Scartorsus. I used to ride for Scartorsus even before the buff. Scartorsus is a dope pull. He'll be great in Faction Wars. What can we do with him right now? I mean, I could probably figure out something for him in Arena. He's got a 33% speed lead in Dungeons. I want to pull someone I'm stoked about. You know what I mean? Like Elva. I want another Elva pull. I don't want to pull someone that I'm like, all right, I can make this work. You know what I'm saying? Blow my mind a little bit. Blow my mind with these shards a little bit. Can't complain too much. We got gold. All right, I think that's 11. I think that gives us the epic. Let's take a look. All right, we have the epic. So we can officially be done. Now, if we wanted to pop, I think we could grab 2 more legendary books for the price of 2 sacreds. 5,500. So yeah, that's probably worth it. I reckon it's worth trading 2 sacred shards for 2 legendary books. So let's go ahead and do it. Hell, I'm not hurting for sacred shards now that I'm hitting Ultra Nightmare. Sacred shards are coming regularly. So I can trade them for 2 legendary books. That seems like good value to me. No gold though. So we went 1 for 13. 1 for 13. That is painful. It really is. And it's a Scartorsus. Now, again, I used to ride for Scartorsus pretty hard. I don't hate Scartorsus. But like, what am I going to do with him right now? What am I going to do with Scartorsus right now? I'm going to have to come up with something for him in Arena. See, here's the thing. I'll go ahead and just be all the way real with you after I clear these red dots. He's an interesting pull. He might have to get worked into the clan boss situation because I feel like he would fix the problems we're having with of being short on damage sometime. I feel like getting a cult brawler in the mix really solidifies our damage. I don't know much about you. And then you, we just got from the event. So now what I used to really like to do with him is put him in I believe it is a frenzy set. But they changed the goddamn set so it doesn't work anymore. What the fuck is the point of this? What a terrible change to a set. When it was turn meter for HP lost, this was great. Because you just build him super high resistance so that you take him into, he's part of a go second team. You build him super high resistance so he doesn't get controlled. You build him tanky so he can take tanky with HP. High HP, low defense so that he takes a big hit, but he can take a big hit, right? He's not going to get defense broken, so he's probably not going to get one-shotted. So then he loses a good chunk of his HP, which shoots his turn meter way up, which then lets him use his A3. The amount by which each ally is healed increases, and then the amount by which ally's turn meter is filled increases according to the number of debuffs removed from them. So like, he takes the big hit. Generally, it used to be like a Saris, right? So Saris would strip everybody, put debuffs on him. He wouldn't catch the debuffs. He'd take the hit. He wouldn't die. You would set up the team in a way where they wouldn't die, right? Sandlash or somebody. And then he would cleanse everybody and give them turn meter, and we'd cut in to what they had going on. But you can't do that anymore because they ruined, and it's not like Frenzy was a super meta set anyway, but they've effectively made it unusable now. I only have the pieces that I have for broken sets. Because what the fuck am I going to apply? What am I going to use a frenzy set for now? So yeah, they ruined that. That was a miscalculation on their part. Or maybe it wasn't. You know, who knows what their goals are around there. We got a Lego. I guess I can't be aggravated, but God bless, bro. How long before I can complain again after an Elva pull? Because we're trying to do Silver Lining and we're trying to be optimistic, but if we look down this list of the legendaries I've pulled from shards, Wither's fantastic. Queen Eva's all right. She's all right. She's fine. Elva's fantastic. Danik is not interesting to me at all. I've pulled Pixnil twice, and she's not interesting to me at all. I love Drogul, but I'm not under the delusion that he's changed my account drastically. And now I've got Skartorsis, who again I used to ride for. Maybe this is my punishment for riding for these champs. You know what? Fuck it, man. I ride hard for Rotos and Prince Kymar. Everybody hates on Prince Kymar and Rotos. Well, I won't stand for it. I ride for them now. I ride for Valkyrie. In the face of adversity. All right, well, there you go. I guess that's a wrap. I think tonight I probably need to run a bunch of dungeon or Fire Night rather. I think I need to do a bunch of Fire Night. I've been doing some champ training, but we've got time on champ training, so I'm not gonna run out of time there. And I do officially have 6-star food now, so we can 6-star that Skartorsis. Ready to go, baby. Ready to 6-star Skartorsis. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't want to be negative about pulling legendaries, but Jesus Christ. Can the game throw your boy a bone here? 13 goddamn sacreds. I pulled a Skartorsis. Anyway, I'm getting out of here. I hope you guys have good luck on your shards. I hope you're staying on top of the fusion. I hope everything's going well for you. We will be back soon. All right. I don't even know what we're going to do in the meantime. We'll just be back soon. Have a good one, guys.